Well, welcome to our Friday update, and we are here in the Chilliwack Vineyard, Chilliwack Land,
On a
and
new set that Jeff is.
yeah, Jeff is always kind of fiddling with something. Looks really good.
Fiddling with things.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's the spring set.
Yeah, and we
little
were just
more-
talking
little more
this
color.
morning in our staff meeting. We start Friday mornings with a staff meeting, and I mean, there's so many things that people look at that are being taken away from us. But we were having a little discussion: what is the good things that we're experiencing, or what is the potential good things, if we had eyes to see, could be, something we experienced during this time. And I know Zoe was talking about, our kids are learning, to play with each other. They're realizing this is kind of who we have, and there's some things that are hidden benefits. I mean, we've all been stressed out about spending so much time with our spouse and with our kids, but is there some sides that we'll look back and go, you know what, this really forced us to re-examine some things that we needed to re-examine. So I don't know, does that strike a bell with you guys in terms of seeing potential upsides of this season?
Yeah, trying to. The kids are bonding closer together. They definitely are, even though they argue and get on each other's nerves. The three of them are creating a stronger bond than they would normally have, and so that's kind of cool. Yeah.
How are you seeing the glass half full, Jeff?
Well, we're forced to lean into lots of things we've been talking about for the last year, as far as even streaming and video and different ideas and around doing church differently in a way, and it not having to always fit into our typical box. So we're kind of stretched and having to be forced in that. So there's, I think it's cool. It's definitely there's definitely stress involved in it, and it's hard dealing with technology and learning new technology and trying to work with stores where it's hard to, you may wait in line to go and buy a single cable, or you're trying to find things online and stuff like that. So there's that aspect of it that's not as much fun right now, but certainly learning patience through this whole process, I think, is one thing that will come out on the other side of this, and we'll all be just much more patient people, waiting for lines and waiting for stores and waiting for whatever it is. It's going to seem so fast when you can just go in and do whatever you need to do now and come out of it. So I think we're all learning some patience for sure.
Yeah, I think on the other side of this, there's going to be so much more appreciation for things like that, and
just took for granted.
Things we took for granted, and also our eyes are really opening up to the fact about how much we need each other and how much we need community and fellowship within one another.
Yeah.
I think that's a huge thing that people are seeing in this time.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. We, this whole idea, I listened to a podcast yesterday or the day before. So much of, we're talking this Sunday about family relationships, and we like to think that, we don't look to the church to raise our kids or give them spiritual direction. And, we love what we do Sunday morning, what we used to do, where we all come together and worship and learn. But I think one thing it's causing people to lean into is, can I really take responsibility for my own spiritual development? And even if church was removed from the picture, what would it look like for me to actually take responsibility for my own growth? There was a huge study done by one of the biggest megachurches in the States, and they were really starting to get concerned because they saw what they considered to be a lack of growth. A lot of people were showing up at services and doing their obligatory 1-hour thing, but they were asking some pretty penetrating questions. Is this really helping people grow? And they spent a lot of money, and I'm going to give you the answers to their study. They really boiled it down to, there's really only 4 things that help people grow. Number 1 was engaging with Scripture. So when people on a regular basis, a daily basis, engage with Scripture, they begin to grow. Number 2, a regular time of engaging with God in prayer. Number 3, having a mentor, having somebody who they could look to help them in their growth. And number 4 was having a practical way to serve others. You boil all the services, all the technology, everything away. If those 4 elements are not present in your life, it doesn't matter how exciting of a church you go to or what you're watching online, or your TV show. if you're not engaged in those 4 simple practices, you actually will never move out of a stunted place of development.
Wow.
And this is really helping us, I think, take responsibility again for our own spiritual posture to growing. And
That's good.
I mean, I love church, I love our times together, but we're really asking ourselves, when all of that's taken away, can I still grow as a Christian?
Right.
Can our families still grow? You know,
Yeah.
and
The answer is yes.
the answer is yes, if we're willing to see past some of those easy, lazy ways that we've kind of
Right.
delegated or subcontracted our spiritual growth out to other people.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I know, Megan, you are heading very shortly. You actually
Yeah, I
got to
gotta
go
leave
right
here
away.
right away.
Yeah, to work with Salvation Army.
Yeah.
So the idea of serving others is you just modeling that. Tell me just a little bit about that, and then you got to take off.
Yeah, it's just a really great opportunity right now. Salvation Army is, we've just been talking to them, and they're just looking for some volunteers. There's myself and Elaine. We're going down there if, just to, I don't know exactly where the greatest need is down there that we'll need, if it's whether it's maybe putting together food baskets or stuff like that. But yeah, just heading down to the Care and Share Center to see how we can help out and volunteering down there just for a couple hours on our Friday, a way to just to give out, to pour out, and I think God meets us so we just encounter God in miraculous ways when we're serving. So I'm really excited for that, and also there's opportunities to give to them financially. They're not asking for food donations, but for, monetary donations. Dawn Armstrong, who runs the Care and Share Center, said, I can take a $1 that you give me and turn it into $3 of food. So that's just one really practical way and an
Right.
opportunity that we have to look outside ourselves and serve.
And if people want to connect with you, they can email the church, Chilvine
Yeah.
at shaw.ca, or email you directly.
Yeah, or they can private message me on Facebook.
Yeah.
So
That's good.
And as a
Good.
church, we're I think you're taking a gift today.
Yep.
From the church, which is
Yeah.
all of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Involved in we're going, okay, how much from our outreach fund can we put towards this right now and help out with that? And if you have, we went through that whole series on the spiritual gifts and the gifts of helps and serving and all that. If you've been bottled up and that gift is where your cup isn't being filled, right? Because it's operating within these gifts often that not out of trying to make ourselves feel better, but walking out the giftings that God has given us, can lift you out of a place of going, if you're feeling like, man, I just feeling down or
Getting
whatnot,
stagnant.
you're feeling that's because you're not operating within the gifts that God has given you. So connect with Megan and come. There's an opportunity.
Yeah.
These are it's not the easiest to find opportunities all over the place right now that we can do, but this is an opportunity. So lean into that and it'll brighten your day, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this Sunday, we are going to open up the whole area of spirit-empowered relationships. We're going to talk about our marriages. We're going to talk about what it is to be with our families when the Spirit of God is there, what it's going to be like at our workplace, because that's also work relationships. We talk a lot about inviting the presence of God to come to our church services. What would it look like if the presence of God moved in to your home?
awesome.
So that's for
Okay.
Sunday, and
Yeah.
we'll see you all Sunday.
And one more note, I
Yeah.
just want to say we're going to be starting to put up videos throughout the week, and we're going to try and take some little worship moments and put them up, the Chilliwack Vineyard moments, we'll call those ones, and then we have these they're wow moments. They're not because they're like, oh wow, that changes everything. They're wow is in words of wisdom that we're going to pull out of different people sharing and speaking. Whether that is during worship or whether it's during that. So watch for those. They'll be, a couple minutes long, just a quick little kind of encouragement throughout the week. We'll be doing that kind of weekly as well.
Okay.
Love you guys. So stay
All right.
tuned.
Thanks.
We'll see you then.
Bye,
Love you
guys.
guys.